everyone, and welcome back to the film industry with the Amber Living vlog, and I am Amber, and today we're going to be discussing the line producer. To start off, the line producer is hired by a producer and or executive producer, most likely the producer. What does a line producer do during pre-production? What do they do during this stage? So a line producer is going to be taking the script, breaking it down, and what this means is they take it scene by scene, they figure out how much each scene is going to cost, how long it's going to take to shoot it. They figure out how many days it's going to take to do these scenes, and in each day they know how much it's supposed to cost. So they're figuring out all the below the line cost for production. We can discuss above and below the line because it is kind of complicated. A lot of people don't get it, but we can discuss in another video. But in a nutshell, above the line is your directors, producers, screenwriters, and below the line is going to be, you know, your ADs, your PAs, your editors, your makeup artists, gaffers, scripts, anything that is other crew members. They are in the below the line category. Now, below the line costs include maybe travel, production costs, equipment rental cost, crew salaries below the line. There's so many different budgetary things that happen during production, and they're taking care of those costs, and they should have an estimate on how much each day is going to be for the producers and figuring out the overall budget of a movie. Line producers are also going to be dealing with the schedule of a movie. So like I said, they're going to figure out how much and how long a scene will take, but they kind of figure out what day we'll be shooting what scene. For example, they take the locations that they have and they take the actors' availability and they figure out what's what. Sometimes there's an indie world, the AD and the line producer are kind of doing the same thing. So ADs usually have the line producer responsibility, but bigger budget stuff, the ADs doing shooting order and stuff like that for prep and making sure each department has what they need for each day, while the line producer has the overall scheduling handle on their end. What are line producers doing during production? They are there every single day. They are not like the other producers where they're kind of there sometimes or they're in the office. They are on set. They are your on-set producer because they are the ones handling logistics of a movie. Because a line producer has to be on set every single day, they are only on a project one at a time, meaning they're with the project from start to finish as far as their responsibilities go. They can't be working on other movies and other projects when they're working on a certain project. So they're only on one project at any given time. They're there overall checking everything. They are crisis control, trying to figure out how to problem solve certain issues that arise. So what are line producers doing during post-production? They are wrapping out production, meaning they are returning equipment. Wherever it belongs, they make sure it gets back to them. Any type of truck rental, van rental, anything that was rented out to production, they make sure it gets where it needs to be and returned. They are also handling insurance claims or any paperwork that goes with the end of production. Were there sets that were built? They make sure they come down. Were they in a location or studio? They make sure anything that was there in the studio that was rented and or, you know, something might be coming into that studio afterwards, so they need to make sure everything's gone. Overall, the line producer is going to be purely logistics. There's no creative element unless they are the co-producer as well. That's the only time it gets a little wishy-washy, when they're a co-producer and a line producer, which I don't know why anyone would want that position because it's like crazy. So a line producer is going to be dealing with logistics, they're going to be solving problems, they're going to be making sure each day is going the way it should, they're going to be anticipating changes, they're going to be making those scheduling changes, whatever needs to be changed during production, they're wrapping out, and I mean even before during prep, they're looking for locations, the location scoutings, they're pretty much chief operations for a movie. Now they also work with the UPM and they work with the first AD with all these logistical things happening. So a lot of people who are ADs or PAs are wondering how to even like work their way up into being a producer, and it's a long road. If you're working as a set PA and then you're thinking, okay, I want to be a producer one day, it takes about like 10 to 20 years to be a first AD in the big budget world, and then to become a first AD and going into the UPM role could be like another 3 to 5 years, and then so on. It's a long time, and that's why these people who are like first ADs and UPMs are like older because they've been working in the business for fucking forever, and it just takes so long to move up. It's so crazy. Not to mention to get into the DGA is just another matter unto itself, and the Producers Guild. I have no idea about the Producers Guild. We can cover that later. I guess in this video, if you learned anything about the line producer, it's logistics, it's not creative, they are the line, and they're your problem solvers. So if you have lovely problem solving skills, this might be a really good position for you. Very complicated position. They are just, I mean, if anything, that producer role is super, super like important, packed with so many responsibilities. Not to take away from the other responsibilities of other producers, but I find it just be like such a lot of details in this job and role. If you have any questions about line producing, if you have any comments, concerns, any other topics you want me to cover, future video ideas, anything you would like, please comment below. I am always happy to get questions. I love kind of interacting with you guys. So that is it for the film industry on line producing, and this is the Amber Living vlog, and I'm Amber, and I will see you guys next time.